Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about how to turn a repeating decimal into a fraction. You've probably already turned terminating decimals into a fraction, but as we know, rational numbers can be terminating or repeating decimals. So, start you out with an example. Let's do an easy one that you've probably known before. Let's start out with the fraction 0.3 repeating. Most of you probably already know the answer is 1/3 as a fraction. We're going to follow these steps that you have written here. If you need to pause the video, take notes, go ahead and do that now. The first step when writing a repeating decimal as a fraction is to write an equation where you let a variable equal your decimal. So I'm going to start off and let x equal 0.3 repeating. That's step one. Step two is where it gets a little bit tricky. You're going to take your equation and look at your decimal and notice how many numbers repeat. In our number here, we have just a 3 repeating. That is a 1-digit repetition. Our step 2 says to multiply your equation by 10 to the power of n, where n is the number of digits that repeat. So in this case, we have 1 digit repeating. That makes n 1, which means we need to multiply by 10 to the power of 1, which is just 10. So we're going to take our equation and multiply by 10. That gives us 10x on the left side, and it's going to give us 3.3 repeating on the right side. Remember, when multiplying by 10, all you have to do is take your decimal and move it one spot to the right. So we took this decimal here, moved it one spot to the right. Since it's a repeating decimal, we have to remember to have the repeating 3's on the right hand side. They do not go away. Moving on. We go to step 3. Step 3 is simply subtract your original equation from your new equation. So we have our original equation up here in black, our new equation down here in red. I'm going to rewrite the problem in blue. So new equation, 10x equals 3.3 repeating minus x equals 0.3 repeating. This is one big subtraction problem. On the left-hand side, we have 10x minus 1x. That leaves us with 9x. On the right-hand side, this is cool. This is what happens. We have, this is really like 3.3333 on forever. We also have 0.3333 on forever. If we notice we try to do our subtraction here, all that's going to happen is all these 3's cancel out. So on the right-hand side, all we're left with is 3 minus 0. We have the equation 9x equals 3. That brings us to our last step. Solve for x and simplify. I'll do that in green. In order to solve for x, all we have to do is divide both sides by 9. Cancel out here. We have x is equal to the fraction 3/9, which we reduce, we get 1/3. Done. Alright guys, we're going to do one more example. Here, new number. We have the decimal 0.21 repeating. In this problem, this is a 2-digit decimal repetition. So it's going to be a little bit different from the first one. We're still going to start out the same way and we're still going to do the same general process. Step 1, write ourselves an equation where we set x equal to our decimal. Step 2 is where it changes. Now before we multiplied our equation by 10 because we only had 1 digit repeating. In this problem we have 2 digits repeating. This is 0.21212121, 2-digit repetition. So now we're going to have 10 to the power of 2, where n is 2 for the number of digits. 10 to the power of 2 is 10 times 10, which is 100. So we're multiplying both sides of our equation by 100. That's going to give us 100x And when we multiply by 100, we move our decimal 2 spots to the right. That's going to give us 21.21 repeating, because remember, this is really a longer decimal, so when we move our decimal point over, you still have to remember there are numbers to the right. From there, process is the same as before. Subtract original equation from new equation. So, I have 100x equals 21.21 repeating, minus my original, which is x equals 0.21 repeating. Remember to line up your decimal there. It's always going to make it easier for you. Subtract on the left-hand side. 100x minus x is 99x. On the right-hand side, again, this is 0.212121. It's keep going. It's going to keep going. Same thing on the bottom. These are all going to cancel out anyway. What we're left is with 21 minus 0, 21. We have a pretty simple equation here. 99x equals 21. Take our green marker to finish it off. Solve for x. We need to divide by 99 on both sides. This cancels out. I'm left with x equals 21 over 99, which we should recognize that this can simplify. In this situation, 21 is divisible by 3, 99 is also divisible by 3. So, 21 divided by 3 gives us 7, 99 divided by 3 gives us 33. And we have our final answer, 0.21 repeating turns into the fraction 7 over 33. All right, go do your homework.